morning, it's Bob Mason from FX Empire and welcome to the daily crypto tech review of Bitcoin, EOS, Ethereum and Ripple's XRP. We'll be looking at the MACDs, the moving averages and the daily support, resistance and pivot levels. It is Thursday the 6th of August. Jumping straight into Bitcoin against the US dollar, it's bearish start to the morning. Going to need to see Bitcoin avoid the pivot at 11,540. Support a run of this first major resistance level setting at 11,996. Going to need to see support from the broader market to break out from yesterday's high. That was at 11,800 however. So barring an extended rally on the day, that first major resistance level and resistance at 12,000 should cap any upside. Second major resistance level sitting at 12,255 would come into play in the event of a breakout. Fall through the pivot would bring the first major support level sitting at 11,281 into play. Barring a sell-off on the day, should avoid sub 11,000 support levels however. Looking at the MACDs, we got a narrowing of the bullish histograms and a bearish crossover there, suggestive of a bearish day ahead. We do have a slight widening of the 50 EMA against 100 and 200 however. So avoiding a pullback through that pivot level at 11,540 should support a run at that first major resistance level on the day. Moving across to EOS against the US dollar, it's a bearish start to the morning after an early rise. Going to need to see EOS move back through the pivot at 3.0504 to support a run at the first major resistance level sitting at 30992. Going to need to see support from the broader market to break out from Wednesday's high. That was at 3.0986. So barring a rebound through the morning, that first major resistance level should cap any upside. In the event of a breakout, should see the second major resistance level sitting at 3.1475 come into play. Failure to move through the pivot, bring the first major support level sitting at 3.0021 into play. Should see EOS avoid the second major support level sitting at 2.9533 however. Looking at the MACDs, got a widening of the bearish histogram, supportive of that pullback through the morning. Looking at the EMAs, nothing conclusive as yet with the 50 and the 100 converging. So need to see EOS move through that pivot to support a bullish day ahead. Moving across to Ethereum against the US dollar, bearish start to the morning. Going to need to see Ethereum hold above that pivot level sitting at 397.69 where it's sitting on right now to support a run of the first major resistance level sitting at 411.53. Support from the broader market to break out from yesterday's high that was 408. Expect resistance at 400 however, so barring an extended crypto rally on the day, that first major resistance level should cap any upside. In the event of a breakout, second major resistance level sits at 421.83, but we should see 420 limit any upside in the event of a rally. Failure to hold above that pivot would bring the first major support level sitting at 387.38 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, should see Ethereum avoid sub 380s. Second major support level sits at 373.55. Looking at the MACDs, we've got a bearish crossover there and a widening of the histogram suggestive of a pullback through the morning. 50 EMA against 100 and 200 have also narrowed, suggestive of a bearish morning at least. So key through the morning, we've seen Ethereum fall through that pivot actually, so going to need to move through the pivot and a recovery through to 400s to support a bullish day ahead. Moving across to Ripple's XRP against the US dollar, bearish start to the morning. Going to need to see Ripple's XRP move back through the pivot at 0.3004 to support a run of this first major resistance level at 0.3099. Support from the broader market to break out from yesterday's high, 0.30795. Barring an extended rally, that first major resistance level should cap any upside. In the event of a breakout, we've got the 23.6% fib at 0.3154 and second major resistance level at 0.3175 to limit any upside. Failure to move back through the pivot would bring the first major support level at 0.2929 into play. Should see Ripple's XRP avoid sub 0.29s, however. Second major support level sits at 0.2833. Looking at the MACDs, we've got a widening of the bearish histograms, supporting a pullback through the morning, and we're seeing a narrowing of the 50 EMA against the 100 and 200. So failure to break through that pivot would bring that first major support level into play.